it's fantastic to have you here. We've been saying you've been coming, but
I'm very excited.
I just want to be completely clear about the name, because the name of your new record. What should I call you? How should I address you?
Well,
sir,
you, sir. Well, it's been the bane of my life. I was born Cathal Smyth. Chaz is an abbreviation of Charles. Cathal is the Gaelic for Charles, really. My grandfather was a chippy in Kilkenny in London, was called Charlie. He's also Cathal when he did the Irish dancing, but he was called Charlie and abbreviated to Chaz. So when I did a tag name, because all the early Madness lads, we were all into tagging, you know, spray painting as it was called back then. My nickname was Chaz Smash, but, you know, CS, Cathal Smyth, Carl Smith. But I'll answer to anything, generally, really, Jools.
Okay, so what should I have? Chaz?
Chaz is fine.
I just want to...
I'll start with Chaz. I mean, my kids are like, Dad, you've branded it for 37 years. Why? But Cathal, I suppose...
I'll call you Cathal.
Cathal.
I'll call you Cathal. Whatever you want. I'm just trying to get it right.
All right, okay.
We haven't even started the show yet, and it's not going very well.
The show's over.
Let's go.
That's all I've got time for, folks.
Call me Dave. The album's very much personal, so I thought I wanted it to be very much me personal.
So, Cathal, you've got a beautiful new record out.
Yeah.
Let's start by playing something from it. What should we play from it?
We're going to play Goodbye Planet Earth. It was inspired by a fire in Benaras in Ibiza, where I live. I was going down to my favourite restaurant at night, and it looked like something from Beowulf. There was this orange sort of dragon across the hilltop, and it was a fire, so that inspired this song. It's burning, we humans, we're not learning. The world is leaking oil and dirt has gone. Tomorrow we'll go looking for the sun. I see ash clouds overhead, I hear rumours of some dead. For some time now we thought the end is come. What the hell do you think is really going on? Across Japan's great nation, they've got the radiation. Sadly now there's nowhere left to run. I hope there's room on board for everyone. It is melting, troops they have been sent in, and Mother Earth is crying out in pain. My brothers, they are dying, all for gain. Children, they run screaming as their sisters lie there bleeding, when all they ever wanted was to live. Now they've nothing left at all that they can give. Way up high, I see it in the sky, and all the lucky ones, they turn away. They're so happy and relieved that they've been saved. The We're flying into space to find another place. And just then, planet Earth, it starts to crack. I don't think that they're ever coming back.
Oh, our guest here this evening is the man who made that lovely record. Cathal Smyth
Yes.
is here with us. Chaz Smash.
You guys do a lot of clapping, don't you?
Yeah.
I like that.
But only for you. It was silent. It's only because you're so wonderful that we've got to applaud. So where does the, later, once you've... I want to go back to the beginning.
Okay.
Before Madness, before any of this stuff.
Yeah.
Where do you first hear sort of music and stuff like that? Where do you first realise music is a thing that you like?
Well, I suppose in the kitchen. Dad was a massive fan of Terry Wogan, so we'd listen to him in the mornings. He was also, being sort of Irish in London, prone to being in his cups and digging out Irish music and digging out country. So lots of Johnny Cash, Merle Haggard, coupled with a bit of Irish, Big Tom and the Mainliners and Michael McAvoy, and so a mixture. I remember the first time we used to live abroad in Iraq and Iran. Dad was in petrochemicals, so we travelled a bit. And I remember the first time hearing Bob Dylan on a reel-to-reel in Baghdad. That was quite stunning.
It's quite an unusual place to hear him.
Yeah, it is. But it was brilliant, though, to hear, loads of Bob Dylan all at one go at the age of, 9.
Were you hearing other music apart from Bob Dylan in Baghdad?
In Baghdad, I think I had one record.
Was it Bob?
No. It was a single. I think they called it top 20 or top 10. There was 4 tracks on this single, and very economic. And that was my collection at the time. And my dad obviously wasn't very generous with the vinyl, but I think it was Wild World, Paint It Black. I think Our House was on it, or Teach the Children. I don't know. I think so. Funny.
Strange.
I've never come across that again. I went through a phase, obviously, of collecting vinyl in second-hand stores back in the day.
Are you still a vinylist?
No, my storage got sold off once, so I that crushed me. In fact, you had Boz Bohr in here recently. I
Yes.
gave my vinyl collection to him.
He's got a record shop. You don't think he's...
Vinyl Boutique.
Yes. It's not there, is it? Being slowly...
No. Well, all my singles that I coveted, all my lovely collection went with the storage when that went. But then I just lost heart, and I gave him my sort of LP collection. I had some good stuff there. But love Boz, and his love of vinyl is
let's hear
greater than mine.
The next choice of record is by David McCalmont. What a lovely voice he's got. What have you chosen, and why have you chosen this?
I've chosen that because it's what a beautiful love song. It's so simple. A simple melody, a simple sentiment, a marriage with simple chords, heart, lots of heart.
Yeah.
And I think his voice is just sublime.
He's got a lovely voice, hasn't he?
Sublime, and he's a lovely, lovely man.
Here's David McCalmont. The absolutely delightful voice of David McCalmont with Never, Never, Never. Chosen by our guest here this evening. Cathal is with us, may I say, Chaz Smash as well.
Chaz Smash is here in part, yes.
In part, so there's a number of you here.
3 parts molecular structure is Chaz.
Thank you.
74 parts is Cathal.
Good. And
That was Carl speaking.
which one is the Inland Revenue interested in?
Neither. He's
live here.
hiding in a hole
He's
somewhere
gone.
in North London.
Great. Now, the next record you've chosen
Yeah.
features one of my favourite lead. Well, it's the Four Tops, but
Yeah.
it's particularly when we have the voice of Levi Stubbs.
Yeah.
And I always like it because even what I love about it, and I do love his voice, it makes me cry. And
Yeah.
even if he's even for instance, just on when he sings Sugar Pie, Honey Pie,
yeah.
and I think the line is, when you got something in your eye, you come running to me.
Yeah.
And the way he sings it. He's sort of weeping this line, and it's like she's only got something in her eye, mate. But it's like it's so emotional that you just burst into tears.
I must admit, Never brings tears to my eyes, like God Only Knows, and I like songs that you emote over.
That's
I
right,
think
exactly.
that's what else is music for, if not to hit you in the heart. You know?
That's right. But and what I'm getting about with Levi, even
Yeah.
with the most simple, minute of everyday life going
Made
on,
a few quick those G's.
it's too upsetting. So what song what have you chosen by the Four Tops?
It's all in the game.
Lovely, the Four Tops there. It's all in the game. And Cathal, where did that come from?
This is the only tune written by a vice president of America. Dawes, his name was, and he wrote that melody on. It was a melody he wrote, something in. I can't remember what the key was, but in 1911 he wrote it, and then he died, and then someone wrote the lyrics to it.
If only he'd have known
If
back
only
in
he'd have known.
1911 that the Four Tops were going
He
to.
could have put his high waisters on,
Yes.
put some slick back, and gone out.
Yeah, joined in the dancing.
Started his funky
The
stuff.
Five Tops. Four Tops and a Prez. It would have been another showbiz recipe for success. So it's about the perfect construction of a song. You were saying how you enjoyed the simplicity, and it was harder to achieve something simple.
I think it's like martial arts. You start with a white belt, you go through all the colours, and you end up with a white belt again, and with just a little black flash. In that you have to sort of learn and then unlearn, so it becomes natural, and you find the essence or the heart of a thing. It seems to be like everything's interdependent. It's out there in the ether, waiting to be rediscovered or drawn into this world. You know, it's like it's almost as if normal time doesn't occur. A moment can be put into word and music, and it can seem like an ocean of understanding and feeling. Yet only be 2 minutes 40.
Yeah.
How did that happen? You know, you can hear other songs. They're like, are we there yet?
Yeah.
You know, and. I don't know, it's a funny, strange thing. It's like Baby Love. I mean, for me, that's the epitome. I think it's 2 minutes 40. I mean, if you've worked in the industry, I mean, you must know, you sort of go, that's 4:20.
It's too long.
It's far too, that's obviously it's welcome. You just get this sudden sense of, and the minute it's broken that wall, I think, it's not really interesting anymore. You know, some records, you just got to keep putting them on again.
But that's what you want, putting the record straight back on again. But also, it's the whole thing of the song. It's not just the tune, not just the lyrics, not just the.
It's everything.
The chords, it's all those bits
Yeah.
together. Now, would you do a song with us now? Think of somebody else's song that you think might be a perfect song.
Well, it has to be Lou Reed, you know, and in his memory, of course, for his memory, and for all the joy of all those songs he gave, and. A Perfect Day.
Perfect Day is a great song. Now, he actually came on on later. He didn't do Perfect Day, but I did ask him.
Yeah.
What would be a perfect day?
Yeah.
It's a perfect day. I wouldn't know a perfect day if it came up and bit me on the ass. That's what he said to me.
Well,
and I love that.
I've just read old Patti Smith's book, and you get a flavour of New York, you know, and I always think that New York conversation. What a great feel. Great days. I mean, the dawning of pop, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, brilliant.
Well, could I invite you over to the microphone?
Let me just gargle.
Yeah. Everybody ready? Let's give it a go. New shoes.
And prospects of a job. Just a perfect day. Drink sangria in the park. And then later, when it gets dark, we go home. Just a perfect day. Feed animals in the zoo. Then later, a movie too, and then home. Oh, it's such a perfect day. I'm glad I spent it with you. Oh, such a perfect day. You just keep me hanging on. You just keep me hanging on. Just a perfect day. Problems all left alone. Weekenders on our own. It's such fun. Just a perfect day. You made me forget myself. I thought I was someone else, someone good. Oh, it's such a perfect day. I'm glad I spent it with you. Oh, such a perfect day. You just keep me hanging on. You just keep me hanging on. You're going to reap just what you sow. You're going to reap just what you sow. You're going to reap just what you sow. You're going to reap just what you sow.
Chaz Smash, also known as Cathal.
Cathal Smyth.
Exactly.
Cathal Jools of Patrick.
Exactly. Various aliases, but
Exactly.
you're here with us today, and you've got your own marvellous record out, which is it lovely? And you have, I mean, you've made different records with different people.
Yeah.
Is it true that you were the inspiration for "You're the One for Me," Fatty Morrissey's song?
They say that.
It's a great.
I was 16 stone at the time.
And I'm 60 stone now.
Yeah, but you've got the height,
Glorious,
darling. You've got the height.
You're wearing a
I
girdle.
didn't quite have the girth to get away with it. Yeah, no, you know, I've got to say, I was in touch with him recently. Then I wasn't. He's a funny old
Stick.
Yeah, but he's very interesting. He's very interesting. He's very succinct, and I you know, if you are listening, Stephen, I wrote a little song for him. Stephen tells me I should brighten up his life with a song. I should do it now before it's too late to carry on. And add another disc to his gramophone collection. Ha 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 ha. He said, "Don't call me Stephen." I went, "Oh, shut up." Anyway, my record.
Your
Yeah,
record,
I
and
got
also
one.
working without the confines of other people you work with, Madness
Yeah.
or whoever. You know,
Yeah.
just doing your own thing,
Yeah.
your own space.
Cathartic
Yes.
is the word. Relationship album, essentially. After 28 years with my beloved, as Rumi might have called her. Painful, waited some years to do it because it was a bit raw at the beginning. Shall I play a little piece on the piano?
Would you like to?
Yeah, play a
Hang
little
on a
bit.
second. If you want to see what this looks like, by the way, where's the website, Dave?
bbc.co.uk/radio2.
Thank you.
I was 10 days into recovery and this came
He's
to me.
moved to the piano. Go on.
He moves swiftly to the piano. inside and oh so sad. The situation's hopeless and I see the woman who meant everything to me wants to be free, free from me. And I know that things were difficult between us, and we couldn't speak about our feelings, we just kept them in. We kept them in a place we'd never been, that was contained and shuttered in. And I know that what will be, yes it will be, for I love you and I have to set you free. There's no point in being angry, for the anger will hurt me ultimately. As I now see, are the children happy living without me? How I wish we could have spoken honestly. So I think about you all the time, the children, number 29 when we married, and how we loved to dance. The times we went on holidays to France, and your dad, when he took bad. The walks on stiff key marshes, how you love the rain upon your face. The kitchen with the handsome Gothic door. Your excitement when the Arsenal did score. And the stones on Clay's grey shore. And I know that what will be, yes it will be, for I love you and I have to set you free. Yes I hurt you, yes you hurt me, how I wish that we could be in harmony so perfectly. Are the children happy living without me? How I wish we could have spoken honestly. So you imagine I had to wait a few years before I recorded that and sent it to her, because it was quite emotional, you know. But it took a few years before I could actually play it without getting all the...
That's a very incredibly powerful song.
Well, you know, I was sitting there, I thought, tomorrow's just another day. I whistled to Mike, who played on the piano. It's fair he got 50% for translating my whistle, but it was really nice to get to the point where you could write your own stuff. And when that came to me, and then another tune 10 days after I left my home for the last time, I actually first at the time I thought, I'm an artist, I really am an artist, you know. And I don't even know what chords I'm playing, to be honest, but...
Well, I'll tell you what ones they were. They were the right ones.
Oh, exactly.
Wherever you are, in your car, in your bar, in your shed, in your bed, thank you for joining us this evening, and thank you very much for joining us, Cathal Smyth.
Cathal, Joseph, Chazzy, whatever.
And Chazzy Smash.
Just call me Dave Chaz.
Dave Chaz. Smash.
It's been lovely being here.
Smash, lovely. We love you. Thank you. Join me next